Hey everybody, I'm Sam.
I'm Will. We are
Working Title.
MoonKnight.
Y'all, we are back. It is season 1, episode 2. Summon the suit for Marvel's TV series Moon Knight. Last on Quilliam. Do you remember what happened last?
We met Stephen Grant, and he seems to be having some weird things going on in his life. Like, there's another person deep inside of him. He chained himself up in bed at night, making sure that he doesn't, go anywhere when he sleeps. He wakes up in the middle of a field, hearing another voice,
Stephen,
who is telling him to give the body to Mark. He accidentally stole a Scarab from a cult leader.
that idiot's in charge, okay?
Ethan Hawke, I think his character's name was Arthur something.
Arthur Harrow.
Arthur Harrow. Those guys eventually went after Stephen again, after Stephen's life crumbled from his 3-day absence out of the country.
Yeah.
And he begins to get attacked by some monsters, some ancient Egyptian monsters. And Mark steps in.
As you can hear, I think they're going after Mark
right now. Mark steps in and becomes the Moon Knight.
And it's just a bit weird, too, because he got judged worthy of maybe living.
Yeah, like he wasn't a bad
Are
person.
you ready to get judged? You're allowed to watch this next episode.
Woo! Let's go!
So guys, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content. If you want to check out not just this playlist and other Marvel shows, we happen to have tons of other options for you. We've already done Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Hawkeye, and What If series. So go check that out. Support us in whatever way you can. Also check out the Patreon. We're running through Arcane, Demon Slayer, Full Metal Alchemist, and you can get weeks in advance for those shows if you check out what we have available. And if you just want to talk to us, we also have Discord, which is also a very fun place to go and chat up about all things nerdom. And then go and support this on Disney Plus, and come back and watch you boys. We're gonna plunge this.
Previously on.
Oh.
It's maddening, isn't it?
Hello? Stephen
I want
finds
to know why he knows about that too. You know what I mean?
It's probably the god or whatever.
Yeah, right.
He's in.
Or like an ancient god that they've had to deal with
My
before.
body
Yeah.
wants to get up and wander about.
His accent's really good
I don't even
too.
know about it.
You know, when he was doing his accent, I forgot that he even had an American accent naturally.
Sorry about that. Stephen's arm jerks back.
I will not ask again.
The beast chases Stephen. In the bathroom, his reflection speaks to him. You're not gonna die.
That was Oscar Isaac talking about Stephen.
Oh,
Now, the caged figure pummels the jackal in the bathroom.
it's because it's audio
On
description.
his shrouded face.
Oh, wait.
Hold on,
Oh, wait.
Hold on.
That
That's audio description. Buzz off.
English, go up, subtitles.
Subtitles.
Oh. Dude, I was like, what? Oh, God. How did you go back in there?
Wouldn't there be damage too?
Yeah, they like broke the whole bathroom. And like,
More curious, like what people think happened,
or do they blame him? They're like, you're banned from here. Whoa.
or like do they have cameras and it like won't show what actually happened or something like that? Like it just shows him in his standard costume fighting nothing.
I have some information about it.
That's not sketch at all.
What you're about to see is gonna melt your brain. Yeah?
Okay, well it's definitely not going to show Moon Knight, but then what the hell would it show?
M51,
Right?
MI6 bonkers.
My 6 bonkers.
Ready? Roll tape.
And what if it's just him running around breaking everything?
That's what I feel like it's going to be, like something really stupid or wacky.
Is that you, Scotty?
Still Stephen. And yeah.
Is
that's me.
it you,
Oh yeah. Oh,
Well, there's going to be
nice.
no dog.
Yeah, that's it. Wait for it. Here it comes.
No, wait.
Why are you going?
What are you doing, you donut?
Wait, now just a minute.
Oh,
you
dude,
missed out the news. I don't, mate.
Wait, so what does it look like when he starts fighting in the bathroom?
They don't have cameras in the bathroom.
Still you, bro.
Frick, it's Mark.
He looks different.
He looks like a man on a mission, yeah. That looks like Poe Dameron over
Yeah.
there.
He's so cool, man.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like they're gonna put him in an asylum or something.
It's like they're very good
Psych
listeners,
ward.
right?
They really are.
These people kick him to the curb.
No problem, isn't it?
Any museum property on your purse?
No, I haven't nicked anything.
Oh, that's
The phone with all the numbers.
Yeah.
Layla.
the name badge. Damn.
Yeah.
Ah, he loved this place, man. He just wanted to be a tour guide.
He knew about all 9, not 7.
Well, don't blame her. I'm a vandal. Should've
I
been
love
arrested.
how this guy just has to listen to him.
Oh, mate, thank you. Oh, please, cheers.
He's like, God, when is this guy gonna leave me alone?
Sometimes the best therapist is just somebody who listens to you.
Yeah.
Wait, what would he have here?
Probably his, like, secret lair.
Mark stuff?
Yeah, I guess. Maybe it's Mark's, like, his moon cave or something.
What the hell? Well, I don't really understand who Steven's supposed to be. Like, is it just a new persona they created? Or, like, funneled into?
Maybe he's the original. I don't know.
I don't know. But Mark seems to be a little bit experienced.
Binoculars? Oh, God. It's like a
What?
military camp.
Adam did say mercenary, that he's a mercenary. Or has somebody called him a mercenary
Yeah.
at some point?
I hate the way they do reflections in this show.
Yeah, you can't trust what's happening.
Oh, my God.
Is it a gun? Is it a gun?
What? I mean, you have to be like tripping at this point. Like, what must you be thinking if, like, yeah, you open this and you see your own self?
Maybe you're right. Maybe
Mark
Steven.
Spector.
Mark Spector. Maybe Steven is a new personality that's developed.
And maybe he got lost in it or something?
Like it was supposed to be his secret identity.
Okay, so he stopped here after the whole, like, what
Oh.
the fudge? What the fudge?
What is it doing?
It's a compass?
Say,
Follow the compass?
I need you to listen to me very carefully. Oh. Wondering if you'd pop up again? I know you're scared. A bit, yeah. I know you're confused. You weren't supposed to see any of this. No, well, a bit late for that, isn't it? So, what complicated? What? Am I possessed? Are you like a demon?
You're
or?
in danger, and I can save us. Just like I did last night.
But I can't
Damn.
have you interfering in what I have left to do.
How is he interfering, though?
You're gonna go lay down on that cot back there.
Fall asleep?
Take a nice nap. Are you joking? Sleep? I'm never gonna go to sleep again. You hear me? No, I don't care how bloody handsome you are. Tell me what it is you are. What are you?
I'm
Sure
you.
you wanna know?
Yes, buddy, yes.
Yeah.
I serve Kachu. I'm his avatar,
What does that mean?
which means you are too.
Oh my god, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I make a mistake and then bam, I go bonkers.
You want a piece of steak?
Right, yeah. Mark, how about this for a deal? I'm gonna take this bag full of illegal shit, yeah? Then I'm gonna go straight to the authorities, and hopefully,
Oh my god.
fill me with enough
Concho
pills
comes through.
so that you get out of my head!
It's gonna interfere because it's messing up the deal. Yeah, Dark Hall. Maybe that's why it attacked him the other night.
Yeah, because he's fucking
Oh, there
up.
was something over there. There was something over there, I think. I
Oh.
could have sworn there was something down there. Yes!
Oh, stop.
I knew I saw something.
Stop, dude.
Ew.
Dude. Look at him. Please show me what you look like. Whoa.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Mark? Where have you been?
Layla?
I figured that you were using a code messenger with Bo's phone.
How did you find me?
What do you think I found you? I tracked your phone. I just kept thinking, he's got the suit, it's fine. And then,
The
I
suit.
thought, well, what if he gets ambushed when he's not wearing it? What if he doesn't have it? And would you just stop clasping my
Oh,
shoulder
sorry,
like
I
that?
don't know what I...
Feels like I'm riding with a Victorian Duchess.
Where do I...
Where do I hold? Where do I hold? He's so afraid, man.
Listen
I don't think Steven has talked to many women.
Oh, that's his wife.
By the way, this would be a
What?
great time
what
to
she just
say something. Anything. Just in case it's not clear.
Did he say what? What? Are we married?
Look, I'm pretty sure we lost whoever was chasing you. Just drop the act.
No, it's not an act.
Stop the accent, please.
This is how I talk.
Okay,
Wow.
No, wait, please.
She's like, cut it with the accent, man.
She shouldn't be here. Get her out of here, Steven. Way out of your depth.
Oh! He's not over there. What the f...
I'm losing it. I don't understand who Mark would be then.
Marceline Desbordes-Valmont.
Le beau était sans
Sans
toi.
toi, c'est la nuit sans toi.
Why do they both know the poem?
She's my favourite poet.
No, she's my favorite.
That's mental.
That's...
So you're learning French and hieroglyphics?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's not that impressive, really. It's not like hieroglyphs.
It's
or
maybe her personality that he adopted.
Like an alphabet.
Like this one here, right?
Funeral rites.
She knows all about
Yeah.
it. He probably like maybe used all of like his wife's type of
Personality.
yeah, and like adopted it for Steven. Yeah, 'cause she knows all of it.
In like a creepy way.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
Stephen, listen to me. And inside of it, stop what you're doing right now.
Is she like a bad guy or
Away from the
something?
bag. Don't show her what's in the bag.
Oh my gosh, is she
She's
not
gonna
like a
get her
good
killed.
guy?
You hear me?
You're gonna get her killed.
You show her that scarab. You're responsible when they come after her.
I'm supposed to believe anything you say with this shoved in a chin bag.
Take it. Take it. You can have it. I am not Mark Spector. And I think I'm in real danger. And I think maybe that you might be the only person that can help me.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I feel so bad for him.
Please.
Honestly.
You really don't remember why we've been looking for this.
He doesn't know anything.
Adventures. Or our life together.
Oh.
God, I wish I could.
Is this what amnesia like is for people?
Guessing
Me,
they're
100%
detectives.
Stephen Grant.
Like UK detectives.
It's alright, so I was just having a bit of a day.
Why did we come in, Miss Grant?
Oh, you know, actually, like,
Oh,
appreciate it.
bro.
Hopefully she climbed out a window or something. Or found the cubby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That means she was quick
this
with
is
it
about the
though.
toilet, and,
I was sleeping this
You're in possession of a stolen item.
Oh, yeah, I know, I don't have it.
Oh, there's a gun in there.
I don't.
Shit.
No, it's not
It's
here.
gonna get arrested.
It's not even licensed to him.
In the UK.
Oh, it's a freaking. Oh, you can't have it
In
in
the
the
UK.
UK.
Spectre.
Frick.
That's not mine.
Funny that.
Fudge.
Fella looks just like you.
We've only got ourselves a full-blown international fugitive.
It's a mistake. It's not me.
Mark Spector was part of a team of mercenaries
Oh,
that
shit.
killed Tessa in Egypt.
Oh.
Here's what they did to the archaeologists.
Oh shit.
Zip tied and shot in the back of the head.
Oh my god.
Execution style.
They're not even going. Are they even going to a court? What is this?
I don't know.
Or
This feels like a setup, man. They're going to an alley.
like what is that over there? It's just people hanging out.
I thought we were going to the police station.
Yeah, just set up, bro. Yep, look, the tattoo. They got.
Why would you think that?
They're Arthur's crew, bro. Oh shit.
Dude, come on.
Oh my god. Dude, they're all here. This is a weird cult.
The cult community. The crocodile cult. Go to sleep.
Yeah, I know.
You don't need to fight me, Stephen. Surrender control.
I am never giving you control again. Ever. Do you hear me?
Yeah, to sleep.
I hear you loud and clear, Stephen Grant of the gift shop.
Of the gift shop.
I'm sorry for the wait. We just needed a chance to better understand your situation. And the other kid, Stephen Grant. Mark Spector. Conchu.
So he knows about it too.
I'm curious, do you think that Conchu chose you as his avatar because your mind would be so easy to break, or because it was broken already?
Yeah, that was rude.
Okay, what is it? Do you see him? You see him right now?
Whoa.
It's a privilege I no longer have.
Kill him.
Dude.
Is he telling you to kill me?
Break his windpipe. Yeah.
Break his windpipe.
Khonshu's like Venom. It's creepy.
Show you around.
It's all right.
That's all we can do without your help. Come.
Ah.
This neighborhood
You can't affect the
stands
physical
for
realm?
harmless crimes, so we teach each other. We share our knowledge.
That's
That's cool.
awesome. That's so cool.
It's a very unique design.
Oh, this is where he was.
And that's the music from the intro also.
Younger.
Man, this is a weird call.
Ew, this is
free.
so
You're
odd.
a vegan, right? Khonshu always tries to ensnare those with a strong moral conscience.
You have no conscience.
Holy shit. That scared me so much.
You don't have to listen to him. He often throws temper tantrums like a 2-year-old.
He's like a demon, like, can like throw objects or
Yeah.
whatever.
Perhaps
Poltergeist
that's why he's
activity.
I only punish those who
Ghost
have already
activities.
done harm. I am real justice.
He's a giant bird.
I am real justice.
Why does he know, like, exactly what's going on?
Yeah.
So
this
weird.
whole place is. I don't.
Not anymore.
Not.
I was his former
What?
before you. I was the fist of vengeance.
So what changed?
Ahmed knows this too well. She tears evil up from the root, casting her judgment
Oh my
before
gosh.
any evil's done.
Maybe he has a new
That's why
avatar,
we
like he
must
can
resurrect her.
Yeah.
hook up to on it.
They want to resurrect her.
Trusting the judgment of a weird
Crocodile.
lady.
Ahmed will light the path to good by eradicating the choice of evil, which brings us to the Scarab.
Oh, I don't have it.
Yeah.
No?
Honestly, I don't have it.
Well, maybe you know someone who does. Mark, what has Khonshu promised you? That this is your last mission? Then you'll be free. Trust me when I tell you, Khonshu is alive. There's always one last.
So this guy, like, was the MoonKnight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know what this is?
Yep. Okay, yeah.
This is
He's so literal.
Ahmed's
It's so
gift
funny.
to her first avatar.
Whoa, it's glowing now.
I don't want to use
The
it.
Power Stone.
I don't. Where is the Scarab? Where's the Scarab?
I haven't.
Oh, dude, this girl. Why is she here?
You couldn't possibly understand the value of what you're holding.
I don't understand anything.
Some of the suit.
Some of the suit? What are you saying?
The suit.
The suit?
Summon it.
The safe.
Will Steven have to do it himself without Mark? Can Steven summon the suit without Mark?
I don't think so. Whoa!
It is the Power Stone.
Has to be.
Secret agent also. Layla Spectre.
Hold the door! You can do this. I promise.
Oh wow. It's even bigger.
Jackal.
What the fudge?
So no one else can see this? He just said suit.
Whoa. Look at how he looks. Okay, that's what he looked like in the promotional art that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Much worse.
He looks awesome.
Steven, what the hell are we wearing? Don't know. She said I needed a suit. Yeah, the ceremonial armor from Khonshu's temple, not psychopharmaceuticals.
Psychopharmaceuticals.
This shit works.
I think it looks cool.
I think it's a shot.
Yeah.
All right, where is this thing?
Oh my god. Whoa.
Do something, help.
Oh,
Yeah, so
she is immortal.
So she can still hit it. Oh! Damn!
It's like a horror movie, man.
Yeah, it's like it follows. Oh, he hit it. Okay.
Give me control, Stephen.
Yeah, for real.
You can't handle
This
this.
is shit.
I think I can. Get away from her, you! Yeah, I see you, you plug ugly coyote. Giving the wrong ends, mate.
The wrong
Come
ends.
on now. Come on, that's right. Come on. Butterflies,
He's getting hit by a car.
Stephen with the V.
Steven with the V.
Yeah! Yeah, you're strong!
I did it! You got planted! Layla! Did you see that?
God, this guy.
You reckon he's having a seizure?
He looks nuts, dude. Look at Mark.
There's a hell of a punch back there.
Hell yeah.
You gotta train him.
Look around.
Alright, do it. Take control. For now.
Fire. Do we get the... Oh! Let's go! Yeah!
Get it out of here!
He looks so cool. Nice.
Oh, the spike! Effective.
Fire, dude. That was lit. Turned into sand.
That's cool. I like his fit. I don't mind the other one either, though.
The other one was awesome.
They were all making fun of it. I like it.
It was like a GTA character with the other one.
He ran rather far to kill this thing, but I guess it still worked.
He took it away.
Yeah, oh yeah, away from people. What happened to the Scarab?
Well, that's what happened. He lost it. Surprise.
That's...
Sorry, that belongs to me.
yeah. He did... Did
He
did
just
he,
killed
even
him.
he didn't even do the judgment thing? He just... What the... Hypocrite. I guess. I don't know. Okay. I feel like I'll play a role, because I feel like he probably just did something breaking the cult club's rules.
Well, this is what it's like, being on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's like awake.
It's horrible. It's alright, you're
Whoa.
alright. I feel like I could scarcely move.
It's alright, just breathe through it. Gets easier. The reflections help, but most of the time it'll take all your willpower just to be a fly on the wall.
You
Damn.
can't do this. Keeping me trapped in here, you have no right.
When I have repaid my debt, I swear to you, you will never see me or hear from me again. I promise you. We wouldn't be alive if it weren't for Conch.
But it seems like Steven's relatively a new person.
You abandoned your wife, you left her stranded. I did not. I am protecting her. You don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you did. I saw. Kaiju has his eyes on her. He wants her as my replacement, and I'm never gonna let that happen. You hear me? You lie. I don't believe you. I don't trust anything you say. You hurt people. I'm never gonna let you hurt anyone else ever again. Steven, shut up. Just shut up. Stop it. Moment. Steven, shut up. I promise.
Yeah.
You swore he would not interfere, altering the terms of our agreement. You were nothing more than a corpse when I found you. You think you owned this body? It belongs to me.
We'll find the Scarab.
Too late. Harrow has it.
We'll get to Ahmed's tomb first.
You know protect you with everything I have. You are worth protecting.
This thing is terrible. I don't like it. It's creepy, honestly.
Yeah.
We have a deal.
What's the deal?
Should we part, you may
That
not
she
like
won't
my
become the next
candidate. Dear,
MoonKnight, right?
dear
The wife?
as she is to you.
Yeah.
Wait, he said that she will.
I thought Mark was trying to do everything he could to
Where are
make
we
sure.
going?
Where the hell do you think?
What? What? Whoa!
Steven woke up and...
Are we back in time or a different location? Okay, that's normal stuff. Never mind. Giza. Giza.
The music is so good in this show.
Woo! Let's go.
About to die. Sounded like you were trying to do the Macarena first.
It just goes into all the international versions of the credits.
Oh, didn't. Interesting. Moon Knight, episode 2, boys and gentlemen and ladies and peoples.
Good follow-up episode.
Yeah, a great follow-up episode. I have to say, like, just off of a random thing, I love, like, UK stuff. Like, I have no real attachment to the culture whatsoever, but, like, the modern UK stuff, just, like, him calling people, like, bruv. And then just, like, the UK slang that
Are
gets
you a
out of
nuh-uh?
Yeah. It's funny. Like, it's such a little thing that, like, you know, especially, we just don't get it in American movies. I don't know. Just in general, like, I like when they add different cultures, like just little things like that are so, like, nuanced that, like, you wouldn't really, like, understand. You know what I mean?
The verbiage for, like, I feel like English folk or people on that side of the world, there's, like, a comedy you can't get from, like, American television. Like, this isn't exactly like Downton Abbey, like, but when you watch like a Downton Abbey, there's like a way in which people speak, and their humor is a bit different, but it still is pretty funny. I won't say that I feel like the dry humor is sometimes better, but I kind of feel like it does. Like I feel like dry humor almost works better in European nations when it comes to comedies.
Yeah.
I've actually, I would have to go find the movie specifically, but I've watched a UK comedy over the summer that I really enjoyed.
Yeah. Now, granted, I have no idea. I mean, they could have just had, like, the typical, like, Disney American people writing this, but just trying to, like, incorporate that UK feel.
But he's rather funny. I think he's pretty funny.
He's hilarious.
Like, I don't know if there's any good examples of the type of, like, I don't know if there's any people I can, like, compare him to, but I like that things definitely go over his head, or he just is very literal in the interpretation of how things are said to him, or he's a bit slow when it comes to understanding.
Do you know what this is? A king? It's like so funny.
Well, like, even outside of the mental issues that he might have, like, he's just kind of slow with social understanding of things.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like any, like, average day person would at least be a little bit quicker understanding what's happening. I know it's a bit fantastical, and our minds are a bit warped by the sense of we consume so much fantasy or media shows, so that we have, like, a one-up on knowing the typical...
Yeah.
Like, I know they're supposed to be a little dumbed down for the sense of not understanding something that can't make sense in a real-life scenario.
Yeah.
But it is funny to watch him try to tackle what's happening. I guess I'm just a nerd at this point. I've allowed myself to believe that fantasy can be possible, so if the day ever comes that... What's his name? Khonshu shows up, I'll just be like, I got you. I know exactly what I need to do. I've been waiting my whole life for this moment.
Suit! That's how he fucking spawned it in.
I feel like my suit would be definitely more ethereal like the original Moon Knight, but I do like how the modern Moon Knight looks. Steven's choice of how it should look.
Yeah.
I guess that's how...
Yeah, the mask with, like, the all-white suit and, like, the gloves, too.
Do you think he... and this will take us to the beginning of the episode, but do you think he actually saw the events that happened at the end of the first episode? Because he seemed like he at least remembered up to the Anubis dog chasing him down before he gave the will over to Mark.
I think that when he gave over to Mark at that point, that's where he was like,
Doesn't
lost.
remember anything. Okay.
Yeah. Because
that would explain the suit, the choice of his suit today, because the girl said, suit! And I guess that's his interpretation of what happens when he thinks of put on a suit. A modern day suit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, he's not thinking, like, superhero costume. He's thinking, like, oh, I'm going to wear a suit. And that's the first thing that comes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he wouldn't have seen the original one to, like, copy off of from Mark.
Oh, yeah. So, the episode starts off where the last episode ended, him giving over MoonKnight power and giving over his body to Mark so he could become the MoonKnight. Steven wakes up and shoots out of his bed because he's still freaking out like he was getting attacked by the Jackal. And
straight to the museum.
Yeah, he goes right to the museum to figure out what exactly happened. And he snitched on himself when he was like, let me see the tape so I can show you what really went on. And the Jackal was invisible. He got pulled into the HR's office, given some help of like, here's a doctor's office, you know, go on your way. Like, you're turned from this place at this point.
Yeah.
And then he then went on to try and find the lockbox because he still had the key and the phone on him. So goes to like every, I mean, I don't know if that's like a real brand of like a storage unit place. Could be, but whatever. I mean, like, he goes to every storage unit place of that company till he finally finds his Mark's lock or storage unit room.
Yeah, all decked out in mercenary attire. He has his own mini barracks with a gun, passport, bed, and
money.
Wherever he's been setting up his operations from, I guess, whenever he did the dig site in Egypt to whatever mountain region he went to in the first episode.
Yeah. So with this being said, and that Mark has had a wife, has a passport that's from the U.S., more than likely his real passport, like, I would assume you're right then that Mark is the original person that occupies his body.
Yeah, and I'm even getting lost on that too, because I don't really understand where Steven falls into this. Like, when did Steven show up? Because if Steven existed before he was in London, would there have never been a time where Steven would be aware of the mirror realm that he was stuck in? Like, today seemed to be his first time going into that mirror realm.
Yeah.
And was like, this is horrible. This is what you've been experiencing. He's like, this isn't right for me. So, and even the wife, Layla, seemed very, like, she understood the suit. She knew that, like, you can summon a suit. She knew about all the Egyptian hieroglyphs. It seems like her and Mark have been at least in touch with the superhero aspect of MoonKnight, but not the personality splitting.
Well, I wonder if it's like, so did Mark experience some type of trauma that created this? So, like, I don't know, throwing this out there so people don't get mad, I don't know much about dissociative identity disorder.
If it can, like, kick in later in life.
Yeah, like how, I mean,
and not like something.
I don't know, just because things have changed from like when we were like kids, because it wasn't. I don't think it was called.
Research has been done so much just
yeah,
since the 60s
and they change things a lot. So like, you know, I don't know what the latest, like how this comes about. But I mean, I would imagine if this isn't something that he's been dealing with forever, because like Steven. It would make sense that Steven just kind of like appeared one day, and that this is like because Layla is like, what did she say when she was on the phone with him in the first episode? Did she say you've been missing for 3 months or something like that, or haven't talked to you in like 3 or 6 months?
He's been MIA.
So like Steven has made this like life for himself here, Like, maybe Mark just put himself in here as, like, this is my identity. Like, his secret identity of being Stephen Grant. Because, like, we see later in the episode when he meets Layla and they go back to his place. Like, you're exactly right. He took on, like... He became, like, an English male version of his wife. Like, liking the history of things, knowing how to speak French, loving that certain poet.
She thought it was a joke because of how, like...
That's my favorite poet, you know what I mean? I know how to read her. Yeah. So, like, I wonder if something traumatic happened that then split his personality.
Yeah.
Because, Arthur, not to, like, jump to that part of the episode, but he didn't really... He acknowledged what was going on with Steven, but he didn't really, like... he didn't really say that, like, that was because of Khonshu. You know what I mean?
The trauma.
The trauma part. Because he said, like,
yeah.
Do you think Khonshu just took advantage of you because you were broken? And he's like, I'm not broken. Like, nothing's wrong with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, did something happen and then that happened? Like, because it seemed like he had Khonshu the whole time, and now randomly the idiot has come into the picture.
Now, like I said, I don't want to look too deep into it. I don't want to go on the internet and, like, try to learn too much about dissociative disorder, because either one, the show might dive into the real topic of it, or it might get explained and expand upon it, or we might get, like, kind of get some fibs to help the story move along, get, like, a more fantastical interpretation of what it means to be multi-personality. I only have one movie to ever go off of, which is the Split movie, and that guy in that film, the James McAvoy actor, has more than one persona. He has multiple, but, like, he can, like, store it away, but it's also as a result of trauma. Like, when new issues were brought on, he developed other personas to kind of cope
with that. Yeah, because that
contest with whatever he was dealing with. So maybe Steven is a byproduct of, like, getting away from the wife. Like, it seemed like he wanted to do a divorce that they were both kind of set on, and then he disappeared before it could happen. And maybe he fell into, like, the idea of his wife being like her, or...
Yeah. Well, because the whole thing, too, it all makes sense, too, why he's trying to protect his wife and divorce her and all this stuff. Like, he's trying to get... Because Khonshu wants his wife as the next avatar for the MoonKnight, or for Khonshu himself. So, like, divorce, don't let her know you found the Scarab, keep her away from Arthur and all these things. Like, she doesn't get involved, so that Khonshu never, like, takes her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wonder, is it like a time limit thing? Like, you sign up for Khonshu and you're, like, there for, is it like a 10-year thing, or is it just till you die? You know, like, what's the deal?
The contract?
How does that work? And what's the deal that they made? You're like, the deal. They just kept bringing that up.
It seems like it's somewhat flexible. Like, Khonshu, while being kind of annoyed and irritated at Mark today, didn't seem too upset about having to change the terms of agreement, as well as also saying, I kind of have your back. Like, I will want the best for you because that is, like, the best for me, is what it comes off as.
Yeah.
Like, helping you out in this, even though I'm not happy about what our current state of affairs are, I will still support you because that will benefit me in the end. Khonshu.
Yeah.
Also, Steven might be a new byproduct, but it seems like when Mark was talking to Steven in the mirror, it seemed like this has happened before, probably with other personalities that have come up before that we either haven't met or are gone forever.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. It's kind of another issue of not really knowing MoonKnight lore before the show, which kind of makes it fun because that means, like, it's all brand new. Like, there's no... Adam gave me the only info in episode 1 in the intro.
Even that.
And I don't think that was even
that
super
accurate. Yeah. So...
Though, I don't know if anyone stayed who might have disagreed with Adam in the beginning of our first episode, but in the post-talk, we did expand on the schizophrenic viewpoint, as you can still very much see from an outside perspective that you could interpret it. I mean, he's living the main character life if anyone outside of the box is watching him, because he's acting like he's dealing with the world's biggest threat, but he just seems like a little casual dude
Yeah.
who does nothing in his life.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like the normal passerby that just kind of like sees this. Like the people are like, is he having a seizure? Caesar, what a fool.
I want Caesar on my salad.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he like banging his head against cars and stuff like that. Like, people would be like, dude, this guy's just like a normal, like, you know, like,
he's like a tweaker.
Yeah,
He's
it's just like,
kinda-
is he on drugs? Like, what's going on? Meanwhile, in reality, he's like just A, fighting a demon, and B, he's dealing with like multiple people talking to him in his head.
So I can see it. I can see it from at least a not Steven perspective, because everything is supposedly real that we're watching. Yeah, so Layla came into the picture?
Yeah, so Mark wanted the body again. Steven said hell no, ran away from Khonshu and Mark, and ran into Layla. Layla found him and took him, you know, she couldn't believe that he wasn't Mark, that the Steven person wasn't like a bit.
And Steven took a fond liking to her.
Yeah, he
already
like,
holding on to her.
Yeah, like fell for her because he hasn't really had like, you know, any women's
Mark's an
feminine
idiot for
interaction.
leaving you.
Yes.
What a twit. You're a great person. I wouldn't divorce you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
But took her back to his flat, showed, you know, his life to be like, dude, I can prove that I'm Steven Grant. And then eventually gave up the Scarab to her unintentionally, even though Mark was like, you're gonna kill her, you're gonna get her hurt, like, don't do this.
It's almost weird,
You know.
the persona he's adopted, considering it's almost just like her, because it's like, are we watching a version of Mark who is infatuated with his wife and like severely in love with her so much that he's adopted her personality, or is it almost just like Layla staring at Layla and self-complimenting herself?
I mean,
it's like a mix of both.
I think that his personality is not, it's not the same. Like, Steven's personality isn't Layla's personality, but the things that she is
It's like fragmented.
it's the things that she's interested in, her interests, her hobbies, her stuff, like that's what he's taken on, you know. But yeah, then detectives show up to arrest him for being a thief,
right?
And they take him in the car because they find his passport that his name is really Mark Spector, and they show him like pictures and video of him executing archaeologists in Egypt, and you know, say like, oh, Steven would do that. They leave a radio on in the car while Steven and Mark are arguing to themselves.
And Mark says, it's not what you think.
Yeah.
There's more to that shooting than meets the eye. What that could mean, I don't know.
Even though it was like execution style.
Yeah,
so
I
like,
don't know. We'll have to find out. Maybe it was demons that he was executing or something. Who knows?
Yeah. Or he didn't actually execute them.
Or it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't him.
And then
They heard him.
Yeah.
And diagnosed that they have to deal with the multi-personality version of what Mark, who they've. Do you think they haven't dealt with Mark prior to the first episode? It was more of them just trying to make sure they understood who the guy is they're currently facing. It's not like they've dealt with Mark prior to episode 1. Or they've dealt with him in past issues but didn't know it was Mark until now.
I mean, he stole the Scarab.
Yeah.
And clearly they knew where the Scarab was too, like Arthur, so maybe they had like a run-in, but not like, maybe they had like a MoonKnight run-in, not necessarily like Mark Spector.
That's what I would be feeling too.
Because it seems like when he met in the random like European country, wherever he was, I forget, they name dropped it, but they were like talking to Steven, like, come on, like, just hand it over, and then they figured out that something really crazy was happening with Mark and Steven at the same time.
The cult's very weird.
Yeah.
Whale documentaries playing in the background, that song from the first episode.
That, I don't know, like, what movie I've seen before.
It's like the film they play for old people who are going to die in the Soylent Green film.
No, but like, I'm trying to think of a movie where there's like a cult that is like everywhere, but you don't know it until it's like actively happening.
I can name many movies, but I want to watch it with you one day, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, I mean,
I love
I know
movies
one,
like that.
I know one off top that's like a more recent one, but yeah, like that's the thing that's so creepy. It's like the detectives were even in on it. You know what I mean? Like
Cult movies are freaking creepy, man. You can't trust anyone in those films.
Yeah, no. Well, that's the thing. You don't know who's the cult member because it could be anybody. I mean, like they literally had.
It could be your mailman.
Yeah.
It could be the person who brings you milk. I don't think that still happens in the world. Do people have milk brought to them like the old days?
There's no way.
So, no countries that do that still.
There's no way. There's a milkman.
If you're from a nation or like country that has milkmen, tell us.
Can we talk about how wild that is? Like, someone delivered you milk every morning.
Maybe because. I don't know what era that would have been. That wasn't long ago. That was the past 100 years, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't too long ago.
It was like when our parents were like young, or like before they were born.
Yeah, I guess milk was a commodity that had to be brought to you by order. I don't know. That's weird. I never really thought about that.
I mean, like, you could probably still buy it from a grocery store.
You can get off Amazon or Giant can deliver or something.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like back then. I'm saying you could still buy it from a grocery store. It's just. Like, why only deliver milk?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just such a weird thing.
It is.
Just, like, one thing to do. I don't know. Random lore
Well,
dump.
no, sidebars, it's just fun because, like, you even think of steak. Steak was such a rarity back in the day, but now you can just, like, get it frozen
Yeah,
like
dude.
a random
Everywhere.
store for super cheap.
Yeah.
Man, how far people have come just in the past just in our parents' lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
To now. But milk aside, they're vegan. You can't trust them. They have plants. They have like the weed light, the black light on plants in the back. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe they're just doing what is that like therapy that you do where you take a little comb and you brush it through the sand to like aesthetically please you when you're like stressed out.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking
about? I know
about?
what you're talking about, yeah.
That's what they're doing.
That's therapy?
It's like Zen. It's like a Zen garden. I don't know if that's the purpose for it. There might be more like spiritual reasons, but I'm pretty sure it's also like when you do your laundry, it's like therapeutic. When you just like do a pattern in the sand, that's why I interpreted it as like
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know dissociative disorder. Sometimes I think I disassociate from people. But
that's different.
Yeah,
it's not the same thing, but you definitely do. I'm just kidding.
I always see the world through the lens of a movie most of the time.
Yeah.
Cult.
Like people.
Yeah, the cult movie. So what do you think is up with them? Like, they all come from backgrounds of, not trauma, but like they're here for a higher purpose.
Well,
with the devil guy.
So, okay, the whole goal that we learned is that they're trying to bring back Amit, the crocodile lady.
Yeah.
They're trying to bring her back to life. So the Scarab, the Scarab can lead them to her tomb to resurrect her, which is the goal. I don't know if the Scarab actually resurrects her or if it's just the guide to the tomb.
And they're more destiny-bound people. They think that, like,
if you are going to do evil, you will always do evil. Whereas
they make decisions before, like, premeditative decisions on your behalf. Like, this person might commit atrocities in the future. Let's kill him now before he can ever do it.
Yeah.
You can only be good. You can't even have the thought of
including
evil.
Children. Not, like, you're not... It doesn't matter the age.
Which is kind of whack. Well, that's a deeper topic maybe we can get into when they bring it up further in the show. That's just weird.
No, that's so wrong. You can't... Like, Khonshu going through and punishing... I mean, we don't know anything about Khonshu. He kind of seems like a shit being just because he's screwing with Mark and Steven and Layla. But, like, you can't kill people before they do something.
Is like an evil meter, like if you're 51% good throughout your entire life and you're born into this world and Harrow finds you and he looks at your chart and says, well, by the time you die, your good chart was 51% good, so I'll let you live.
Yeah.
And then somebody who's like 51% evil, just tipping over the majority or whatever, is like, oh, you gotta die now. Sorry, like you don't have the chance to manifest your own destiny after this to become a good person.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna decide for you now.
Yeah. But that's what they believe and that's their goal, that's their mission. So, there's a whole argument with like Steven trying to get him, get him to be on their side. He doesn't agree with their ideology, and they're like, well, everybody like stands up, like they're trying to get ready to fight in case anything happens. Like, where's the Scarab? Tell us where it's at. Let us talk to Mark. Steven doesn't allow that, and then Layla appears and says, I have it. Which, why she would bring it there to the people that are actively trying to search for it, that's dumb. Don't know why you would have done that. Why wouldn't you leave it somewhere safe and then go rescue Mark and be like, I've got it right here, and then not actually have it,
Yeah,
But,
I don't know what would have happened if... Mark was still trying to egg him on to do the switch over without Layla showing up, but same result. The staff was not the Power Stone or anything like that, but it opened a portal...
and summoned
Anubis? Or
a jackal.
A jackal is what they called it, yeah. I guess that makes sense. It's just the beings that resemble Anubis.
Yeah. Okay.
And the mummy.
I don't know why, but the jackal went from like looking really good to like really bad. Like between
during this episode?
Yeah, like when it was in the dark and you just saw like parts of it, it looked cool. But then like when he goes outside and he fights it and then it's like in the light, it just looked weird a couple times.
There were some funky shots once they got into the street.
Yeah.
I thought it looked cool when it first appeared, and it had like you could see the white long dreads off it. I thought it looked cool. And then there was like a couple scenes I would have to rewatch to say, but there were scenes where I would specifically look and be like, that was a kind of a shoddy shot that they did during the fight sequence. It was I think it was when MoonKnight was getting whipped around after he went to his new suit. So because he fell over, we saw the reveal of the suit that I had seen. So when I told you about the poster, it was the traditional robes, the modern robes, and Steven Mark.
I've seen the picture of the suit before.
That's why I was wondering about if there was like multiple interpretations of that.
Yeah.
But that is all the only ones I've seen, so I don't know if there'll be any other interpretations.
Yeah.
I don't know if there'll be more than Steven and Mark, maybe.
Yeah. But Steven was able to summon the suit in his most dire need. I mean, after smacking his head against a pole and falling from a building, but he was able to summon it just by saying suit. So, I guess it's just that the Khonshu's power flows through their bodies, so they're just able to do it. It's not like they really need to know how.
Yeah, and they still get powers. He was able to fight the Jackal.
He literally just pure grip broke off a bumper and like
by
squeezed
accident.
it. Yeah.
Just probably trying to get up or something.
Yeah. And then he fought. That was very funny. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm Steven with a V. That's fucking hilarious.
I loved his little dancing move to like warm himself up when he really started to feel what he was doing.
I like Mark's proud thing. Like, that was a good punch.
That was actually pretty good.
That was actually a good punch. Like, good job, bud, but this is bad. You need me to take over. And the Jackal was invisible to everybody. We didn't bring that up in the beginning of the episode, that it was invisible on camera, but, like, it was present in the... That was one thing...
the physical form was still there.
It's just invisible to, like, the normal human eye.
It's like Demon Slayer. You just had to have... You can still be affected by it without the spirit... Like, the spiritual can still attack you, but if you want to visually see it, you have to put on the little tape over your head.
Honestly, it's more like Jujutsu Kaisen. Because their whole
lens.
Beings were...
Through that lens.
Yeah, well,
how did they do it in Jujutsu Kaisen?
You can only see curses if you were able to.
If you're special enough.
Unless you were like
you
Maki and you had
the glasses to help you.
Yeah, cursed glasses.
Yes, that's kind of like Demon Slayer as well too, right? With the
with
piece of paper on the forehead.
The piece of paper, but that was only for the actual like energy ability or whatever the arrows were exactly.
I think. And it's not a huge spoiler for Eternals. I think that's how some of the bad guys worked in that movie, too. I'm pretty sure, like, only certain people could see the entities that were attacking the Eternals in that film. I might be wrong about that. It's been several months. And it wasn't my favorite of all films, but...
Yeah.
But so...
Steven... Oh, were you
going I was just going to say the continuation of the fight. I thought the shots that I thought were hit or miss was actually the running on the buildings at night. Like, it looked good. And then when I looked at it too much, it looked like more CG of emotion than like a person running. And maybe it's just because the suit might all be CG.
I would imagine it's that.
It looks like it's all CG. It looks like the only times it was a suit is when he's standing still. It could be like the thing people face when they do armor in battle is like sometimes armor is too hard to practically used on set, but like if you want to have it stand in for a shot,
Yeah.
it looks cool, but you just can't have it moving because it's like, unless you're really good armor and know how the pieces won't clash, you're gonna have clashing and it won't look good. So maybe the wrapping looks really good if you like stand and look macho, but the second you have to do all that sprinting,
They
it
put
just
it on
looks like
like
shit. So
the
CG
motion
mode.
capture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that looked a little bit off for me, but it was okay. It wasn't enough to be like, yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing has been like the show, but it's just like sometimes there's like moments where I'm like, oh, Khonshu looks awesome, and then I'm like, what is this right here? Like it just doesn't.
I think Khonshu is a good looking CG
Yeah.
character in the show, and because he's fantastical, I'll forgive it that it's completely CG and no practical. I don't think.
Yeah. But Mark kills the Jackal.
Yep.
And takes it away from everybody, and Steven...
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Steven realizes that he's in this like realm, and he's like, it's so lonely, and does he describe it as dark?
Tight. Like
Tight.
he can't breathe in it.
Yeah, so, and, you know, Mark was like, you get used to it, you know, like, and it's hard because it takes a lot of willpower to, like, muster the strength to, like, project yourself, and it was like, it's even difficult just to be a fly on the wall when it's going on. And Steven, again, is like, I'll never let you do this again, you're a horrible person, why should I trust you? All this, that, and the third, and then Mark is trying to, like, explain to him, like, dude, like, the only reason I'm alive is Khonshu, we have to honor this deal with him, like, you almost messed this up, I'm trying to protect Layla, because Khonshu is trying to make Layla the next avatar for him.
She can fight too, so she's probably one of the mercenaries with her husband back in the day.
I guess so.
I mean, she handled that guy pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't think like a normal person could do.
No, she was
did.
beating ass, like, easily.
Yeah. I thought the good episode was a good follow-up to the first one. First one was still a great premiere.
Yeah.
So I want to see further into the show.
Oh, yeah, he fell asleep. Mark raged at Steven and beat the crap out of the mirror, and then Khonshu, you know, had the deal, changing the agreements type of thing, that you know, Mark might not like his next choice for the avatar, and then Mark then God.
Well, no, just more on that. I was just gonna say, Mark's goal by the end of this is to let Steven occupy the body and let him be forever, which is a bit wild. So is Mark just kind of done with himself? Like, is he very not proud of the things he's done, that he's willing to let one of the personas take over? Because if Steven isn't the original persona, it's just like letting yourself be taken over by somebody else completely for the rest of your life.
I think part of it is really probably just to protect Layla, because he's trying to...
Because Steven's harmless, like maybe Mark just wants to give into a personality.
No, it's not that. It's that he's trying to protect Layla from Khonshu. He doesn't want Layla to become the next avatar for Khonshu. So because of that, it's like, well, don't take Layla, take this person, and then maybe hopefully Layla gets like old or something and like grows out of that like prime avatar state without having a better phrase for it.
They said avatar, so
yeah,
it is an avatar.
But I think that is the gist of it, you know what I mean? Or that's like that's what he wants. Like he's protecting her. Like, you know, it's not like he was divorcing her out of like, I don't love you anymore. It was just to protect her from this like crap that's going on. But I'm curious as to what what is her goal with the Scarab, or what was her and Mark's goal with the Scarab? Like, is that because of Khonshu? Like, did they have their own goal and then discovered Khonshu? Because Khonshu said that he was just a corpse when he found him. Like, he was dead, and he brought him back to life, and that, you know, Khonshu was like, I care about you a lot and your body, but it's also my body because I brought you back. So...
We're definitely going to have to get a flashback episode, or at least something that expands a bit on what came before the first episode. Just to get a better understanding of Mark, the life he came from, the life he might have been given back.
Yeah. Okay, you know what's one thing I really haven't even thought about until just now? Where are we in MCU right now?
It's a good freaking question. Based off how Marvel's already been doing these things, unless they've they throw us for like a ringer and surprise us by the end. I would just assume this is post Endgame, but there hasn't been any mention of a blip, or there's been no people like this cult. This cult isn't like Falcon and Winter Soldier, where it's like a group of radicals who are a result of the rest of the world coming back and them having to deal with it. This seems like, though it could be masked right now, the people that are all here for the cult might be here for a higher purpose because they're fed up with the world as a whole, or maybe humans in general. It could be like Thanos supporters. Like, there was a lot of people in the Hawkeye show that said Thanos was right. So this could be like their interpretation of like, if they're fated to be evil, they should just die now.
Well, that was what the Falcon and Winter Soldier people were too. They're like, we should have never brought all those people back.
Yeah, better that they stay gone. This was our world, and we had to work through all the pain. They just got to sleep into nothingness. So it could be more of that.
I wonder though, because no one. Okay, so one thing I'll say, they haven't done anything to make this like timely to today. You know what I mean? Like, they haven't. There's nothing, because everything we've had has been like, I mean, they've had smartphones, so I'm not saying it happened like pre-2007, but like, we haven't had anything to be like, name drop that this is going on. They haven't even mentioned other heroes. I mean, honestly, if we didn't know this was an MCU thing, we wouldn't know that this is even in the same universe as Iron Man and all of them, because they haven't even been like, oh yeah, the Avengers, the other day I saw Iron Man do this.
I would have assumed it's some like Dark Horse comics that got adapted. That was some like solo series, like Hellboy, that kind of thing. Yeah. Now there's nothing in there's nothing in Black Widow that would affect or to help with us where we are. There's nothing in Shang-Chi that would help us figure out where there are. There is something dramatic that happened towards the end of Eternals that was a bit globally changing, but that has not been mentioned or brought up once yet in this. But that would be... There is something at the end of Eternals that would be as big of an occurrence for a portion of the world to see that isn't blip level, but like would be newsworthy. So
okay, you don't have to answer this because I know we'll probably do it for the channel at some point because Adam and I haven't seen it. But is Eternals? I know Eternals takes place through multiple portions in time, but like, is the end result of the movie post Endgame?
I do think so. Yeah, I think
or like post Infinity War.
Wherever the majority, like, there is olden day stuff, but there's at least the second half of the film that takes place in modern time. Though it's not, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it's explicitly said if it's before or after the blip. Yeah. That's actually a good question. I would have to say it's after the blip only because whatever happened has never been brought up in other films, and it definitely would have, because it would have been newsworthy. Like if a volcano exploded and affected a city, the heroes would have known about it by this point. Yeah. So I would say after the blip. And the only reason I'd say that too is because all our heroes are so spread out at this point. Like Wanda was dealing with her stuff, and she's going to be dealing with Doctor Strange. It's so... honestly, this is how far removed Moon Knight feels. I feel like I shouldn't even be talking about Marvel because it doesn't feel like this is the Marvel world. I don't know why I'm talking about Wanda, even though this is that same universe. Yeah. It's so weird. Like, I feel like it's weird to even say that because that means Moon Knight's inevitably going to be meeting up with these people. And this is good. I like this. I don't like when I have to always feel like it's connected. It is curious.
Okay, sorry for like so many off this episode topics. Do you think that all of these... I know we haven't had a lot of like TV exclusive characters, but do you think that the never-ending list of Marvel TV shows that we have heard of and seen, do you think they're going to become relevant to the movies? Maybe not that they'll even be main characters, but they might be like a spoiler for No Way Home in 3, 2, 1, like Daredevil appearing in... You know what I mean?
Yeah, like smaller occupations. Yeah. I would prefer that. Like, I don't really want the Loki story to be a big influencer of the movies. 1, I didn't like the series too much, but 2, I also just think it would be a little bit lame to expect a whole audience to have to watch a show just to go watch a movie. Yeah. I just don't think that's super fair expectation of moviegoers, but
I guess I'm not really thinking specifically about like WandaVision, Hawkeye, Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Loki, even though that's like all of them except for Moon Knight. Like, I know. I just mean like the ones that are going forward, like the She-Hulk, the Moon Knight, the Echo.
like everything else we're going to be getting from now on.
Yeah, the Miss Marvel. Like, how much do you think those will be interwoven into the movies versus like, because you know how like in Star Wars, you know, you might have like the Clone Wars show where it's like, it's very connected to the movies, but most of the stuff that happens in it is kind of like separate to itself, just to be like background knowledge of like, oh, you see that Trandoshan, you know what Trandoshan's.
I'd say it's fill in the blank info.
Yeah,
it's the books of Star Wars for when you're not watching the big movies.
Yeah,
this is what's happening with the heroes in between. It's like getting the fill in the gaps of Avengers 1 and 2 and the relationships we didn't get to see the Avengers have between the first two, and we just had to assume they've become friends. But now we get to see like what they did in their off time now.
Yeah.
Except they're still not really hanging out with one another.
Yeah. Wanda is the only one that's really, we know for a fact, that'll have like an impact into whatever movie, because she'll be in Multiverse of Madness.
And that was not confirmed for a season 2 either, so that's the only occupation I guess she's coming back in.
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'm pretty sure, is coming back as Captain America in the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Or something like that, whatever they want to call it from now on out.
I feel like actually recently that they said WandaVision was definitely one season. That's it.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Like, it's not coming back.
Okay. Sorry. When you said not confirmed, I thought you meant like that we don't know whether it is or isn't.
Yeah, they got canceled. Or like they planned on it not returning. And I think, you know what, Falcon and the Winter Soldier might not even return because they announced Captain America 4.
Yeah.
So that might not even return either.
It might be just the continuation of his story into the Captain America movie.
Frick. So maybe only Loki returning, Hawkeye return. Well, yeah, Loki's definitely returning because I think they announced the season 2 during season 1.
Yeah.
Hawkeye didn't feel concluded by the end of it.
Yeah. But I feel like they could like kind of finish the story. Like, see, that's one where I could see like, because the Echo show, like they could finish the like track. I know, but yeah, they could finish the Tracksuit Mafia story because that's really the only thing that was left unconcluded, except for Hawk Girl. I don't remember her name off top. What her name was, but like she could be thrown into other movies. It's just like, hey, yeah, this kid we picked up one time, Jeremy Renner or whatever his name is, Hawkeye. I think she's cool.
And just for any people who've made it to this point, who are obviously have to be Marvel goers at this point, most likely for our channel, because they've announced so many Marvel shows, we're going to be picking and choosing what we do from here on out, just to maintain enjoyment in what we do on the channel, and not having to be overflowing with only strictly Marvel, because it's just going to be too many shows. So we're going to be pick and choose, and then I'll probably watch the other shows on my own time and like binge it.
Yeah, I definitely.
But not to like sit here and digest it like we do for certain things.
Yeah, like I definitely could see me watching like. I don't know off top any that are definitely coming except for that Echo show, and I mean like
She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Echo, and the Miss Marvel isn't. Is Miss Marvel getting a movie or a TV show?
I think it's a TV show.
Okay, well, like,
if Miss Marvel includes all of the Marvels, like
Kamala Khan, Captain Marvel,
and
the lady from
Monica Rambeau. If they have all three of them, I'd be more inclined to watch that right now.
Yeah, like She-Hulk, I don't know. Like I didn't even like Hulk that much.
Yeah,
he's not my favorite.
But so. I mean, like. Honestly, if they're really good shows, I mean, I'm down to watch whatever. But
if you spam us like the Arcane group, we might consider it.
Oh yeah, if you spam us for a single show, we will definitely consider watching.
But there's a serious interest. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be watching on my own time.
Yeah,
it's just too much, just realistically. But there's tons of other shows out there. Marvel's not the only thing in this world. Unlike some of you that only think Marvel's the only thing that exists. You good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, guys. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel. As we're talking about, there's going to be plenty of Marvel in the future, and there's already tons of Marvel in the past. So go support us by checking out the playlists. If you want to get weeks in advance for some of our anime that we're running through and animated shows, make sure you check out the Patreon, and we will see you in the next Moon Knight, Episode 3. Punch it! Wow!